Guys, it's Sunday. I hope you guys are having a great day. And if you guys are not having a good day, I have a feeling this video might cheer you up because I think I'm about to get us into some trouble here. It is Sunday, and that means fitness is not happening right now. It is rest day. But a few things that happen on Sunday is we sleep in, we get up, and I always start with my programming. I like to get my work out the way so I can kind of dump that side of my brain off for the rest of the day. Other thing that usually happens in the morning is meal prepping. I like to get that out the way. Other thing is like our coffee pot just didn't want to make the coffee this morning. We went out, got coffee, and then came back, and then all of a sudden it wanted to work. So that was a Sunday adventure. Now for the biggest adventure, we're gonna fix this situation that's going on, that has been going on. I'm about to get myself into some trouble with recoloring the hair. Of course, I don't pick like a normal natural color, right? I've always been tempted to go darker really close to black. I've always been told not to do that, but you know, when I'm told something that I'm not supposed to do, I end up going to do it. So, of course, we get the color blue black. Keep your hopes high, folks. That is what's happening this Sunday. When we get all this mess going, gotta sit like this, and I look super, super hot for you guys. Then we're gonna go do our meal prepping, and I'll get to show you guys how I prep my lunch. Matt is currently watching Red Zone.
Crazy.
And Blitz, I'm sure he'll make his way in this video a few times. So there is still blue from a long time ago in the sink. Don't judge, I didn't clean the bathroom yet. I knew I'd be making a mess. I think I'm gonna put on some Nailed It while I'm trying to get all of this colored. I am excited and slightly scared for all of us. Here we go. Totally relying on YouTube to be helping me with this whole process. Already messing up the messy bun, which I didn't think was possible. On the sides, I get really insecure about that. Seems simple enough. Hey! If I do it right, it's gonna look black.
Avocado?
Wish me luck.
You know, let me know.
YOLO. Alright, it's done. This is what you guys get to look at the whole time we meal prep next. Time to go meal prep. It's hi buddy. And now we're in the kitchen. Blitz, we're in the kitchen. While this is processing and doing all of this stuff that it's supposed to do, I thought it'd be a good idea to reshoot my meal prep video that I shot a while ago. I videoed the whole thing, and it turns out it like recorded from, I was not in screen. I recorded from like here on down, so you guys can see my mouth moving and not the rest of me. I almost posted it just because it was actually kind of funny, but then I was like, now I do it every week, might as well reshoot it. I'll look like this, so you're welcome. Here we go, big pot. We're gonna make what's called Bolt meat stuff. Okay, Bolt meat stuff is just lean ground meat, some veggies poured in there, and seasoned how you want to do it. It's got like salt, pepper, teriyaki sauce, garlic powder, and like Tony Sacheries. Matt does make his own version of it that's more like a Thai flavor. I got a big pan because we're gonna roast some broccoli. I have my little rice pot here. We're gonna boil some rice that will go in our meat stuff when it's all cooked up. So I've been doing this same meal prepping for about probably for the better part of like 4.5, almost 5 years. Mom and I started meal prepping way back in 2017 or 2018. We weren't terrible eaters, but we weren't like the healthiest eaters. We definitely didn't eat a lot of veggies, and I was always a picky eater as a kid. I also have a nut allergy that made me very like nervous to try new foods. 4 or 5-ish years ago, Matt and then one of the coaches helped kind of introduce us to MyFitnessPal, how to track your eating. Little by little, we kind of started introducing ourselves to some new foods, trying different ways to prepare some veggies, and then overall just cooking more. It's been a long journey up to this point, and what I do now for meal prepping is still not fancy at all. It's the lean ground meat, the rice, the roasted veggies. Matt does all the grilling around here. We're gonna grill up some chicken and some bell peppers for lunch and dinner. As we're kind of going through this, I want you guys to realize, like 4 and 5 years ago when we started this process, it would take us like half the day to cook everything just because we were new at it. It was a new skill. Flash forward to now, it takes me less than an hour to do it. If you're just getting your nutrition and your eating on track and you're really attempting to do that, be patient. Word no one likes to hear is be patient. Whether it comes to like building strength or learning a new skill, this is a new skill. You have to be patient, you have to put in the reps, you have to kind of learn your way around your own kitchen. I'm excited to show you guys what I make for lunch. I put it in one big container. I take the whole big container to the gym and then scoop out whatever I want for lunch that day. If you have a bunch of little meal prep containers, you can also split it up into that. So first things first, always start with the oven. We're gonna put oven on 450. When you're doing your roasted veggies, you wanna crank that thing up pretty high. While that's preheat, we're gonna get the water for the rice boiling, put it on like medium high-ish, and I'm gonna go grab my little rice packets. I'll show you guys those. This is the rice that I throw in our lean ground meat or meat mixture. Easy, they're just like little bags of rice that take 10 minutes. Bags go right in the little pot. First, I'm gonna get our onions and veggies in our big pot right here. So a little bit of olive oil, just sprinkle it in the bottom. Bell pepper, or maybe even like a half a bell pepper of each of the colors. It's probably like a cup of onions, but here we go. Toss them in, put it in. We'll turn this on medium-high just until you hear those veggies start sizzling up a little bit. I think the smell of my hair is starting to give me a headache, so let's try to get through meal prep fast so I can go rinse this. Usually I get fresh broccoli from the produce section. For some reason this time they didn't have heads of broccoli out. Like, what world do we live in when there's no heads of broccoli? Spread them out all over the pan. Hear that? Onions, bell peppers about to start sizzling. When those get a little bit toasted up, we're gonna add in the ground meat so that can start browning. Lean ground beef. We eat 93.7. Get used to lean ground beef. Don't get all that fatty stuff. Your body's gonna thank you for it. Boom. Stir it up, start browning that ground meat. This is right here. A little bit of olive oil, just spread it all across the broccoli. Salt. Pepper. This is the kicker. You want this. Crushed red pepper flakes. Boop. Just a little bit. We want that little bit of spice on there. Last what goes on the broccoli is we got our giant thing of minced garlic right here. If you have time, chop up some fresh garlic. I love fresh garlic. For just meal prep and to make it extra fast, we just use our minced garlic. Scoop up a little bit of that, so I kind of just like sprinkle it all on top. Broccoli is set and ready to go. Sit in right away. Blitz, watch. Your head. Broccoli goes in. Still haven't started any timers. It's just gonna sit in there while I get finished doing the ground meat, browning that, and then seasoning it. I'll share the seasonings that I use. I make this for me, and my mom and my sister take it to work, so I kind of split it up into 2 containers so they can have it at their office. Cooking about 3 pounds. I usually eat a good bit of it. Me personally, to get me through 5 days, the weekdays, I need 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I'm used to eyeballing my seasoning. Salt. Peps. Garlic powder. Tony's. Teriyaki sauce, just a little bit. Just do a little bit of like whoop with it. That's how I measure things around here, is the whoop. Boom, shakalaka. Hey, I didn't sneeze this time. Usually there's a traditional sneeze that comes with the Tony's. And then 1 can of diced tomatoes. Usually I like the ones that's like basil in it or a little bit seasoned. They didn't have that at the store, so these are just regular diced tomatoes. Going in. Stir up the ground meat mixture with the tomatoes. This is when we turn the heat down low, just so it simmers. Then now we're gonna put on our timer for the broccoli and this. So I'm gonna go 25 minutes on our timer. 25. Check your broccoli if you feel like you don't want it quite as roasted, like it's gonna be, the tops are gonna be crispy on this broccoli. So we're gonna go 25 minutes of letting this simmer, 25 minutes of having the broccoli in the oven, and then we're gonna cover this. Oh, there's the oven, finally preheated to 450. Let that simmer for 25 minutes, watch the rice. I'm done for 25 minutes. Only other things we do for meal prepping is getting our stuff ready for the grill. We put some chicken breasts on the grill with salt and pepper, and we throw some bell peppers on the grill as well for some veggies. And that is pretty much all we do for meal prepping. Blitz is happy now that someone's back. Your hair looks just as good as mine.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now, you look great. You look great before. And now, we're gonna go see what this has turned into. I'm shook. It came out way better than I thought it would. I was going for a much darker look. I think this is perfect for like that off-season feel of like in the off-season, tone it down a little bit, but when it comes full season, that's when we can add the bright blue back in. So I am happy with it. Honest opinion, at any time during this process, were you scared?
Look at the stash.
Were you scared during this process?
No.
No, you didn't care what was gonna happen. I'm glad you have confidence in me. Blitz, do you like it? Do you want to dye your hair? Boom! Look at that deliciousness. Roasted broccoli. Bolt meat stuff. When this cools down a little bit, we're gonna put the rice in there, but we're gonna wait